Hello everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. Welcome. My name is John. This is my sipping den. It's beautiful down here. What do I do on this channel? What is going on? Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed gives you some kind of idea. I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol, okay? That's a lot of stuff. It's too much to mention. So what I've done is I've put together the best playlists on YouTube, and that's easy to prove. I mean, all you got to do if you want to, all you have to do is check it out. Boom, you'll agree instantly. You've never seen one this good. Check out that playlist. It's amazing. Everything has anything to do with alcohol and coffee. I always like to say this is the mega mall for alcohol and coffee too. What does that mean? You're at the mega mall. All these beautiful stores you go in, and each one is a different thing I review. Or you could drive all over town, which is the equivalent of searching for all the different channels to find what I have here. You're home. Give me a sub. All right, give me a sub. Watch my content. Visit, comment, become friends. It's a beautiful thing. Now, everything I review, you know I'm the only one in the world who can do this, right? I'm the only one who does it. I'm the only one who can do it. And I have a lot of friends on YouTube. Love them all. I talk to them. I'm friends with them. So therefore, to keep it fair to them, right? Because they all got channels too. Beautiful channels. I do these reviews with half my taste buds tied behind my back. It's only fair. Now, every video, right? First comment's pinned. Why? Because it always has a link to whatever I'm reviewing. And today it's beer. A cool beer. A cool distillery, right? Against the Grain, a distillery in Louisville, Kentucky, my hometown. Been there many times, and I've done many of their beers. Against the Grain, Kentucky Ryed Chiquen, a playoff Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? Which is synonymous with Kentucky, obviously. Right, KFC. But here's the can. They always have some cool can art, right? Yeah, it's worth a look. Worth a look. All right, what is going on with this? Cluck cluck, it says. Well, let's look at the front first. Against the Grain. All right, it's got these chickens flying around. Guy's got a knife. He's got something written on his arm. It says anything but chicken. Phantom stab. One of the chickens got their head cut off. The other ones look like they got flames shooting at them. Rye beer aged in bourbon barrels. Now, if that ain't a Kentucky thing, nothing is, man. All right, now I'm partial to rye anyway because I do rye whiskey, and most bourbons, not all, most bourbons have some amount of rye in them, and I like that. And I like rye bread, and so I like everything that has anything to do with rye. And I like bourbon. This is aged in, made with rye and aged in bourbon barrel. It's got to be good. It's got to be. All right. Cluck cluck. The Chiquen has come home to roost. You asked for anything but chicken, so here you go. The original rye amber ale recipe aged in bourbon barrels hatched right here in Kentucky. Kentucky Ryed Chiquen is malty and mellow, but has quite the barrel-aged bite. Brew, we've got a bleeder. Half this stuff. Brewed and canned by Against the Grain in Louisville, Kentucky. Independent craft, blah, blah, blah. Cool little brewery. It's actually inside an old building that they refurbished. And you walk in there, and it's got this brewery, and it's got a beautiful area in there that they hold events and different beautiful things. And then behind that is the Louisville Bats AAA baseball team for the Cincinnati Reds. And they have the games there, the breweries in there. Right in downtown Louisville, right on Main Street. So, yeah. Does this give us anything else that we need to know about? Let's see. Okay, barrel-aged rye ale, 8.6% ABV. And a lot of times when you do something that held alcohol, whiskey, for example, in this case, bourbon, it always picks up a little bit of that alcohol, and it'll always raise it up a little bit. So 8.6. Style. This has a bunch of things under style. Amber ale, pale ale, rye amber ale, specialty. Character series, malt, yeast, ale yeast, and malt, caramel rye, pale, and rye. And that, now we're going to get into taste, and we're done now. We're done. All right, let's get into it. A little excited about this one. Excited about the rye and the bourbon barrel and the whole 9 yards. Fun beer. Put it in a fun glass. Got this glass years ago in Vegas, just on the odd chance there's any. Some people call sediment. I call flavor. In most cases. All right. I won't describe it too much at this point because you're looking at it. There it is. I always like to show you the front of the glass. All right, there we go. Anyway, used to go to Vegas for a job. Go out there a couple weeks every year. Paid me pretty well. It was a lot of fun. And that's where I picked up the glass. All right, let's give her a sniff. Shall we? Ooh. Very nice. Wow. So, a lot going on. Let's talk about it. You've all had rye bread. I assume. You may have had some bourbon. You may have had some rye whiskey. It's got the rye smell of rye. So there's a rye bread smell to it, right? It has a sweet smell. Probably coming a lot of that from the bourbon barrel. It's got a little bit of the barrel smell. It's got a little bit of bourbon. It even has a kiss of it, like a fruity smell. It could be the yeast. It could be, again, coming from the bourbon barrel and what was in it, which is bourbon. But not a little bit of caramel. Again, that could be from the bourbon. It could be from the beer itself, the maltiness. Let's go ahead and it's getting a little bit complex, a little bit, but nice. There's a lot of mingling of nice stuff going on. Never like to judge things on the first sip. Just acclimate myself. Now, let's see what we got. Carbonation feels low, and the mouthfeel is medium. That being said, the taste, it is a malty little devil. Definitely rye. As far as, so it's a malty rye flavored beer forward. The influence of the bourbon barrel. Let's see here. Here's the good news. As much as I enjoy bourbon, I don't like it when it overpowers the beer. Because I like bourbon as it is, and I like beer as it is, and maybe to give some characteristics, but not to overpower. Not like you poured bourbon. I don't like that. And this isn't that way. This, obviously wasn't a wet barrel to where it really, like some of them do that make bourbon themselves, and they make beer. They'll put it right after they dump it. Sometimes that's a little too strong. This one has the influence of the barrel, all right? All it's doing is adding complexity to this. It's just a certain flavor that's in there that wouldn't normally be there, that's being pulled from that barrel and from what the contents of that barrel were. But you're not necessarily getting like a ton of bourbon, or it's really oaked up, right? It's just a kiss of those things mingled in with the rye, with the grains, with the yeast. And I always say this: if I like something out of the can, I'm like, man, I bet this is good on tap. They still have it there. I mean, I go there. There's so many good breweries now in downtown Louisville. And I got my favorites. It's hard for me to hit them all. I don't work downtown anymore. And they've got breweries all over Louisville, not just downtown area, different little neighborhoods. Some beautiful stuff. And then I'm close to Cincinnati, loaded with breweries. I couldn't do it in a lifetime. So I got plenty to choose from. But if I'm there and they have this one, I will. And I probably will be here. Well, I know I'll be here. Hopefully I'll be here while they still have this one. I'd like to try it on tap. Well, I like it. Certainly nothing negative to say about it. From the weird can art all the way down to the smell to the flavor. It's solid. And it's different enough to where, not crazy different, but worth a try, worth seeking out if you can find it. Maybe I should have bought a few more anyway. From this, I got so many to try, I can't really drink anything twice. From Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.